Narendra Modi, you were repeatedly warned not to test or resolve and don't mess with Pakistan. Yours is a real terrorist state with its worst display against innocent Kashmiris in IAOJ and K. Boss, bro, as if you give a shit about Kashmiris. You killed 10. You killed 10 civilians in Poonch the other day. What the do you mean? Yeah, Pakistan has no right to talk about this. Also, did you tell the new Western chatters that this is nothing like Israel and Palestine? Yes, obligatory. This is not like Israel and Palestine because this is two nuclear. This is not even like Israel and Iran because, again, Iran is not a nuclear power. Pakistan's foreign minister, Miss M. Ishaq Dar. Pakistan will not allow India's hegemony in the region. There will be parity. Operation Bunyal is a proportionate. Okay, this is proportionate measured and minimum response. We can go further, harsher. Fuck Pakistan. If you are Indian and saying fuck Pakistan, you have no right to talk. The reports of drone debris in the villages of Punjab, Sikhs are being caught in the crossfire. We stand with Pakistan. We don't stand with anyone. Shut up. We don't stand with Pakistan. We don't stand with India. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, yeah. We stand with your average civilian, man. Wolves, you didn't. I'm Indian from Amritsar. Let them do whatever they want. We are ready to welcome them. Hey, dumbass. The reason we're in this situation is because Modi could not keep his fucking missiles in his pants. That's the reason. I'm from Amritsar. Are you in Amritsar now? You fucking idiotic warmonger? Yes, sir. It is my home. If you're living in Punjab and saying, let Pakistan come over and see what happens. I'm not a warmonger. You should be advocating for de-escalation right now. If you're in fucking Punjab state, if you're in Punjab, you should be demanding de-escalation. You should not be pretending to be fucking macho, you idiot. There are elderly in your fucking state, you moron. What about your mom? What about your dad? You are the first in the firing line. Yeah, Punjabis asking for war is fucking crazy. Punjabis getting mad at Pakistan will never stop being insane to me. You are literally the same fucking people across the border. Motherfucker. Your closest relatives are in Pakistani Punjab, you f***ing idiot. Oh my God. Let me ask you this. What do you think is going to happen now? Do you think on a realistic scale, this can de-escalate at all? Dude, we have to at least see if things de-escalate, man. We have to at least try and get things to de-escalate, man. I don't know what more you want, man. Dude, of course things can de-escalate further. As long as India takes the retaliation and just says, all right, brother, whatever, we're done here. We're done here. We're not going to risk 1 billion people dying. As long as India's like, all right, whatever, there's no big deal, and they try and find a off-ramp, they can do it. Dude, war is fucking ugly, man. I think U.S. China will need to directly get involved diplomatically. Well, Trump ain't gonna do shit. Trump, how can Kashmir get autonomy? Brother, man, listen, I appreciate your heart for the Kashmiri people. I understand, listen, my heart is with the Kashmiri people too. We are seeing 2 nuclear powers potentially go to war. Like, the Pakistani side is literally saying, we're at war with India. Is this true government of Pakistan? No, man. No, we're not. Dude, we're not trusting the government of Pakistan's account. Bro, we're not going to trust the government of Pakistan's account, man. What the f do you mean? Is this true? People are horny for bloodshed, not realizing it's their blood of their relatives is gonna flow, and this shit isn't a fucking movie. Exactly. That's why I've been pounding the fucking drum, saying, "Hey, don't escalate any further. Don't escalate." Hopefully, China will get involved and de-escalate the situation, since it's not their best interest to have a war in their backyard, which can potentially destroy Chinese projects in Pakistan. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but this is the only thing I have in my head to cope. No, what is going to happen? China and India already have tensions. They're gonna 100% take Pakistan's side. Pakistan buys arms from China, particularly armor, aircraft, and other equipment. I know this from playing war. China is an outsider of the conflict and had good relations with both countries. This is different. Yeah, China does not have good relations with India. China and India already have a territorial dispute over Arunachal Pradesh. No, this is not going to be... They're not going to mediate this in a... China mediated the Iran SA deal. It's not a good chance of happening, but it's not zero. No. China mediating this deal would be a bad idea. China already has a huge investment in Pakistan. Yes, Iran, I think Iran is probably the best country to mediate this. It has to be the U.S. It has to be the U.S. And ironically, it has to be Iran. Iran needs to mediate. Why Iran? Iran is friendly with both. I mean, Iran is not super friendly with Pakistan, but it's not super friendly with India either. So it is as close to a neutral party as we can get in this situation. It is as close to a neutral neighbor as we can. Afghanistan certainly cannot mediate because Afghanistan hates Pakistan. Is Pakistani media more reliable than India media? Yes, but that's meaningless in a fog of war situation. Technically, yes. He launched a missile attack on Jura Bazaar and Neelam Valley, just completely destroying the market. Modi's pigs are constantly targeting the civilian population. Jesus. Wait, Jura Bazaar. Where is Jura Bazaar? Is it in? It's in Pakistan administered Kashmir, right? It's in Kashmir. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, no wonder this isn't getting that. It's AJ. Yeah, it's POK. Yeah, AJK POK. That's why it's not getting any coverage at all. Okay, any new updates? Pakistan says Indian military sites targeted right after morning prayers in Pakistan. Pakistani military launches counteroffensive against India, codenamed Banyan Marsus, after a verse in the Quran. It's targeted a number of sites across India. These are all military sites, including one missile station, as well as 2 airfields, according to military. Did India attack Islamabad last night? I think it was confirmed that they did. According to military sources, all these locations have been targeted in targeting Pakistani civilians, places of worship, as well as military installations. Pakistan had been saying that it did not want to go to this level, but was forced to after the May attacks. Pakistan immediately responded, saying that it would reserve the right to respond and protect its territorial integrity and sovereignty. What does the Guardian say? Can the United States make a statement or call for ICC arrest? Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, what are they going to do? Arrest Modi? That's not how that works. The reason that China is not going to do anything good here, right? China is not going to do anything that is fair. They're going to secure their interest for in Pakistan. They're not going to. China would be a horrific mediator here. They couldn't arrest Netanyahu, dude. The UN did it. The UN did all about the Tamil genocide. I have no faith in the UN, man. Like they didn't do anything about 2009. They're not going to do anything now. Like them doing about Netanyahu is the least surprising thing. Oh, can India and Pakistan avoid a 4th war over Kashmir? My parents explained how they're more at risk for being near a defense area and then went on to explain a stupid WhatsApp joke to me. I'm so tired of convincing them to get out of there. Not Hamid Mir. Hamid Mir is our version of Arnab Goswami. Yeah, I think I remember. Bismillahirrahman. This video just doxed everything to India. That's so. Oh, it's amazing. Can Al Jazeera be trusted considering it's owned by Qatar? Listen, man, Qatar has no dog in this fight. Qatar doesn't give either way. Actual idiots. They literally dox their missile positions to India. That's incredible. Wait, did they actually dox? It's okay, Arun. They're mobile launchers. There's no way they're still where they're fired from. I know, but like it still gives you the location of where they were. It's still good information. I know they're mobile launchers, but both sides have 0 OPSEC. I mean, true. Dude, that's so stupid, man. What do they mean of the myth of Indo-Israel military alliance? They're saying India is weak. They're saying Pakistan lion, 5,000 black jets for Allah. You know, India, Israel are paper tigers, whatever. It's the same nationalist bullshit. The funny thing is ISI is horrifyingly smart. Raw is like not as competent as ISI. ISI is very good at controlling blowback. Yes, and it's because ISI is literally an arm of the CIA. Yeah, ISI is Five Eyes. CIA is not great on the blowback, but ISI is. ISI does not give a shit. They will kill their own civilians. I don't think the CIA does that. They created the Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan, man. They created the Taliban. Dog, ISI is nuts. Love and respect for the officers of the Pakistan Armed Forces who are the only force directly challenging the threat of the Hindutva, Zionist fascism, South Asia. History will owe a debt to these men and women for confronting the Goliath of our times. Okay. This is just nationalist posturing. Mir Baloch, Pakistan's prime minister. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has convened a crucial meeting of the National Command Authority amid the escalating conflict with India. The authority is the main body that makes decisions on the control, command. The authority is the main body that makes decisions on the control, command, and operation of Pakistan's nuclear weapons. Usually, meeting the authority is convened only in a warlike situation to discuss nuclear matters. Pakistan's Planning and Development Minister Ahsan Iqbal told Reuters, "We would hate to see the nuclear threshold." It is posturing, but this is Pakistan basically saying like, "Yo, you're probably just talking about the contingency plans." No, I understand what I know what they're getting at. No. I understand what they're getting at, Maple. Why did India attack Pakistan proper, man? Because Modi's a fucking idiot. I was warning everyone. He endangered the entire subcontinent with his antics. How likely is this to spread? I don't think I'm not going to say anything about India. The fact that this is even being considered, this is insane. Okay, Islamabad says India's suspension on Indus water treaties and an attack on Pakistan's people. We've reported extensively on the decision of India to suspend the Indus water treaties amid the escalating conflict with neighboring Pakistan. A spokesperson from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Pakistan has issued further comments on the development, calling it an attack on Pakistan's people. Spokesperson said that from Islamabad's perspective, the treaty remains fully in force and is binding on the parties, according to a transcript of a briefing published on the ministry's website. There is no provision in the treaty to hold it in abeyance, the spokesperson added. Millions of people are dependent on the water being regulated by this party. The Indian decision is equivalent to an attack on the people of Pakistan and its economy. My Modi bucked friend posted, "A Gujarati gave us independence, a Gujarati united our country, and a Gujarati will now fulfill India's destination." I replied, "You forgot to mention a Gujarati partitioned the nation. Bro had no idea that Jinnah was a Guju." Fantastic. Fantastic reply. Rubio urges de-escalation. Okay. State Department readout. The Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke with Pakistani Army Chief Asim Munir earlier today. He continued to urge both parties to find ways to de-escalate and offered U.S. assistance in starting constructive talks in order to avoid future conflicts. Imagine Marco Rubio being the voice of reason here. Americans, you need to understand how privileged you are. Because right now, Marco Rubio is a politician. But to us, he might be the one thing that is... He might be little Marco might be the one thing that saves the subcontinent from being torn apart. The leader of the Yemeni Ansar Allah says Abdul Malik al-Houthi in his speech today regarding the current Pakistan-India conflict, it is an American provocation to India against Pakistan. What? What is he saying?
في آخر الكلمة لا يفوتنا أن نتوجه إلى
What? he has the white leftist take of, yeah, no, everything's America's fault. What do you mean? This is all America's fault. What do you mean? Is he saying that US did Pahalgam? Like, what is he saying here?
في آخر الكلمة لا يفوتنا أن نتوجه إلى كل الأنظمة والحكومات في عالمنا الإسلامي بالنصح لهم والتذكير لهم مسؤوليتهم تجاه ما يحصل من توتر كبير جدا بين الهند وباكستان. هناك تحريض أمريكي للهند ضد باكستان. ينبغي أن يكون هناك جهود كبيرة لاحتواء هذا التوتر والسعي لإفشال المساعي الأمريكية في إثارة حرب كبرى مدمرة ما بين الهند وباكستان.
Okay, he's wrong. America is not trying to provoke a war between India and Pakistan. What are you talking about? Oh my God, this is so stupid. Dude, we've let uncles run shit for too long. We've let uncles run politics for too fucking long, honestly. He's Yemeni. I don't blame him for assuming the USA is behind everything. Yeah, but he's from Yemen. He should know that people from the global south are capable of being insane. Wait, is Ansar Allah watching Hassan? Yeah, this is unironically like, I think, like, yeah, Ansar, like the Houthis are watching like Hassan's like takes, like they're unironically parroting Hassan's conspiracy theories on India. Hassan saying Kashmir should be China as a joke yeah, Hassan needs to be way better about that shit, unfortunately. Because unironically people will be like, yeah, no, I think Kashmir should be controlled by China. unironically, like, he needs to be better about that shit. Because there are stupid people that will look at, like, he said what he's saying and not realize he's joking. Situation extremely critical as Pakistan and India hate trade heavy fire. It was after the attack on the airfield, which shook the city of Rawalpindi in the early hour of the morning after several days of sending suicide drones all over the Pakistan. The Indian Air Force attacked these air bases with standoff munitions, which means they must have fired these from a distance. After that, developing blasts in Lahore. Lahori chatter, please explain more. What the As we speak, we are being told that drones are still hovering over Delhi. Oh God. Oh God. You think Pakistan will hit Delhi? Dude, if Pakistan hits Delhi, it's over. Authorities announced temporary closure of airports across northwest India. Jesus Christ. India's Ministry of Civil Aviation has issued a series of notices to airmen announcing the temporary closure of 32 airports across the country's north and west India for all civil flight operations. The closures will be in effect. India's about to fuck around and find out. Dude, what the fuck did the civilians do, man? India's about to fuck around and find out. What did the civilians do? Fuck you. Fuck you, man. What do you mean fuck around and find out? You have Indians in the fucking chat literally saying that we don't want people to die. Hindutva fascists is the reason that India attacked Pakistan in the first place. And so all the civilians deserve to die? You think the civilians in India, in Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Gujarat, etc., you think they deserve to die because of that? You think this is Hearts of Iron 4? You think this is Civ 6? You think this is a game? I hope you are placed in a position that is as far away from power as possible. Because if you are driven by this much vengeance, this is the same kind of bloodlust. This is the same bloodlust in India we're combating. This is the same bloodlust in Pakistan we're combating. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You are a disgusting piece of shit. I've said this on multiple occasions. Indians and Pakistanis never really had a choice in their leaders. What we as Indians and Pakistanis were fed were leaders that were ultimately loyal to the British, that came from extremely wealthy backgrounds, that managed to monopolize capital. Business leaders. Those were the options that we were fed as Indians and Pakistanis, and now Bangladeshis. We didn't have a choice in who we picked. Indians and Pakistanis are victims of colonialization. They have never been able to break the reins of colonialism. And you want to come in here and say, oh, these people who have never had a choice in their government, who have never had a choice, that have never had an option of becoming class consciousness, of becoming class conscious. These people who had never had who were never able to really decolonize. You want to come in here and say they're going to fuck around and find out. More on the explosion reported in India-administered Kashmir. Journalist Umar Mehraj, who is reporting from Srinagar, I told Al Jazeera that at approximately 5:45 a.m. local time, residents heard of loud explosion in the India-administered side of Kashmir near the line of control. It is unclear whether the strike was fired by Pakistan, he said, but added on the explosion was louder and more intense than the previous reported blasts on Friday. This is one of the most intense clashes we've seen in years. Mehraj also reported a power outage and the blaring of sirens in the area following the explosion. Indian Army said it destroyed drones and other munitions from Pakistan. India's military said it destroyed drones and other munitions fired by Pakistan along the country's western border between the two neighbors in Saturday. I can't believe we've reached a point where we're relying on Marco Rubio, Tiny Hands Mark. We're relying on Tiny Hands Mark to fucking de-escalate this shit. I cannot believe this. My sister woke up to the sound of little bombs right now. She's speaking about bombs in Taklala, Nurkhan, Muridke, and Shurkat Air Base. 12 minutes. Advisory for Jalandhar. Avoid large gatherings or crowd. Avoid moving out in the open. Avoid movement in tall buildings. Jharkhand and Adhampur markets are being ordered to be closed. Malls and high-rise commercial buildings in the rest of the district will be closed today. Stay calm. All are precautionary measures. Lahore blaster confirmed, by the way, as well. It was in Sundar State. Justin, Indian air officer, reportedly captured by Pakistan. An Indian Air Force squadron leader has reportedly been captured by Pakistani forces amid the ongoing cross-border escalation. Is this reliable? It's drop site. Drop site is reliable. Daddy Worshipper, thank you for the tier 1. The incident echoes the 2019 capture of Wing Commander Abhinandan, whose MiG-21 was shot down following India's Balakot airstrike. Abhinandan was released within days, a move widely seen as a de-escalation gesture under international pressure, including the US and Saudi Arabia. The fate of the newly captured officer may now be a key factor in any diplomatic negotiations to contain further escalation between the two nuclear armed states. This is now, a couple minutes ago. On the bright side, this presents an opportunity for India to de-escalate. Please, India, fucking de-escalate. Enough is enough. I'm begging the Modi administration to de-escalate at this point.
नहीं करना चाहिए, हाँ? नहीं करना चाहिए। भारत देश जिंदाबाद है नहीं, है? और पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद है नहीं, है? आपका नाम अपनी जगह पे सब जिंदाबाद। आपका नाम क्या होगा? तुम भी अपनी जगह पे जिंदाबाद। आपका नाम क्या होगा? कैफ। कैफ पूरा नाम? कैफ मोहम्मद कैफ।
Why are you asking him? Is dude? Why? Okay, the reporter's a piece of shit because they doxed this kid. There's no question.
कहाँ से आप? मैं बिहार से। बिहार से। आपको थोड़ी सी भी
I don't want to hear any more Bihar hate in this chat. You understand?
भी शर्म नहीं आ रही कि भारत देश में रहने के बावजूद आप पाकिस्तान का समर्थन कर रहे हो कि कैसे खत्म होगा पाकिस्तान? अच्छा, आप ही न्यूज बना रहे तो आपको शर्म नहीं आ रही कि क्या न्यूज बना रहे हो? हाँ? आपको शर्म नहीं आ रही है कि न्यूज बना के सबको फैला रहे हो हिंदू मुस्लिम के बारे में? हिंदुस्तान का समर्थन क्यों करना? आप पहले हमें जवाब दीजिए, उसके बाद हम कुछ बोलेंगे। तुम जो बोल रहे हो वहाँ भी आदमी है, यहाँ भी आदमी है, वहाँ भी मुस्लिम है, वहाँ भी हिंदू है, यहाँ भी हिंदू है, सब तो है इंसान। तो क्यों सबको खत्म करना? पहले ये बताओ, क्यों करना? सबको जिंदगी जीने का हक है, सबको हक है, तो क्यों खत्म करना? आप पाकिस्तान का समर्थन करते हैं? कहीं आप जाओगे वहाँ, कहीं आपको खत्म कर दिया तो हो गया काम? आप पाकिस्तान का समर्थन करते हैं? हाँ करते हैं। तुम भारतीय नहीं हो, तुम भारतीय नहीं हो। भारतीय है। आप जो बोल रहे इस देश को खत्म करो, उस देश को खत्म करो, तो सब में तो इंसान ही रहते हैं। मेरे को छोटी सी चीज जाननी थी, ये आपको सिखाया किसने?
Get this guy to mediate. Yeah, actually. I'm also Bihari, also whitewashed, so I know people hate us, but can I ask why? It's a mix of caste and class position. A lot of Biharis are working class and poor, and they belong to marginalized castes. So anti-Bihari racism often functions as disguised casteism. Okay. Thing is, it's too hard to say. Sure, most of the Indians who solely rely on TV news channels aren't being given an iota of truth. Like, I saw people sharing stories over Karachi port being destroyed, which government army had to come forward and tell people it's fake. People still believe the mainstream media is telling them the truth. I don't know if they would hold the same opinion once they are subjected to actual reality consequences. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, literally people people believe it because it's on national television and some popular person is saying it, so it must be true. An actual minister fell for that news. This is, oh my God, it is the Delhi CM. Oh my God, the Delhi CM fell for this. Zubair posted it on X. It was Kiran Rijiju. No, I'm seeing it right now. Rekha Gupta Insight. Oh, no. It's Kiran Rijiju. Okay, never mind. Right. This is not. No, this is the insight of Rekha Gupta. Even Indian Union Minister Kiran Rijiju fell victim to fake news spread by Indian media regarding an attack on. This man is a member of the cabinet, man. Unfortunately, we have two nuclear powers that have unofficially gone to war. Yeah, this is what we're dealing with. All right, let's see.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to this press briefing by Foreign Secretary Sri Vikram Mishri on the ongoing developments around Operation Sindoor. We are also joined by Colonel Sophia Qureshi and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh for this briefing. With that, sir, the floor is over to you.
थैंक यू सर। नमस्कार। पाकिस्तान सेना ने पूरी पश्चिम मोर्चे पर लगातार आक्रामक गतिविधियां जारी रखी। उसमें लॉन्ग रेंज वेपन्स, लॉइटरिंग म्यूनिशंस और लड़ाकू विमानों का उपयोग कर भारतीय सैन्य ढांचे को निशाना बनाया।
Give the like a follow, please.
पर भी ड्रोन घुसपैठ और भारी कैलिबर
they'll have an English translation. They'll cover it soon.
और एलओसी पर श्रीनगर से नलिया तक 26 से अधिक स्थानों पर हवाई घुसपैठ के प्रयास किए गए। आदमपुर स्थित
Pakistan-backed terrorist groups claimed responsibility for the terrorist attacks last time too, when there was news of a terrorist attack in India in 2019. It was Pakistani terrorist groups. Osama was found in Pakistan, but of course, India shouldn't try to kill those terrorists. Do you think your average Pakistani is a terrorist? Answer that question. Buddy, are terrorists not civilians? No, actually, they are by definition not civilians. You do not understand how this works. They are not civilians. How can you distinguish? So it's okay to kill, it's okay to indiscriminately kill civilians because you think they're terrorists. Those terrorists killed were in UN list. Brother, India killed civilians in Pakistan. That is undeniable. Okay, English translation.
Pakistan military continued with its provocations, carrying out aggressive actions employing multiple threat vectors all along the western border. Pakistan employed UCAP, drones, long-range weapons, loitering munitions and fighter aircrafts to target civilian areas and military infrastructure. Pakistan military also resorted to air intrusions using drones and firing of heavy caliber weapons along the line of control. Along the international border and the line of controls, air intrusion and several harassment attacks were also attempted from Srinagar till Nalia at more than 26 locations. Indian Armed Forces successfully neutralized these threats and majority of the vectors. However, limited damage was sustained to equipment and personnel at Indian Air Force stations at Udhampur, Pathankot, Adampur and Bhuj. There were also several high-speed missile attacks noticed subsequently after 0140 hours in the night at several air bases in Punjab. In a deplorable cowardly act, targeting of civilian infrastructure also had taken place, where Pakistan attacked the Medicare Center and school premises at the air bases of Srinagar, Avantipur and Udhampur, yet again displaying irresponsible targeting of our civilian infrastructure. In a swift and calibrated response, Indian Armed Forces carried out precision attacks only on identified military targets. These included technical infrastructure, command and control centers, radar sites and weapon storage areas. Pakistan military targets at Rafiqi, Murid, Chaklala, Rahim Yar Khan, Sukur and Chunya were engaged using air-launched precision weapons from our fighter aircraft. Radar site at Pasroor and Sialkot Aviation Base were also targeted using precision munitions. While carrying out these responses, India ensured minimum collateral damage. Pakistan has also attempted to execute a continued malicious misinformation campaign with claims of destruction of Indian S-400 system at Adampur, destruction of airfields at Suratgarh and Sirsa, BrahMos base at Nagrota, RT gun positions at Derang Yari and Chandigarh forward ammunition depot, with heavy damages to other military stations being propagated on social media. India unequivocally rejects these false narratives being spread by Pakistan. Along the line of control also, Pakistan has attempted multiple air intrusions using drones and conducted shelling using heavy caliber RT guns, targeting civilian infrastructure and killing some civilians. Heavy exchange of artillery mortars and small arm fire in Kupwara, Baramulla, Poonch, Rajouri and Akhnur sectors continued. Indian Army has responded effectively and proportionately, causing extensive damage to Pakistan Army. Pak military has been observed to be moving their troops into forward areas, indicating offensive intent to further escalate the situation. Indian Armed Forces remain in a high state of operational readiness. All hostile actions have been effectively countered and responded appropriately. Indian Armed Forces reiterate their commitment to non-escalation, provided it is reciprocated by the Pakistan military. At the end, I would also like to show you a few images of Air Force bases in the Punjab sector and Rajasthan sector, where it is mighty clear that we are debunking the Pakistani claims of causing destruction at these air bases. You can yourself see the normalcy in these Air Force stations. This is Sirsa, Suratgarh.
They're not declaring war.
The runways are intact.
They have no background PowerPoint, bro.
There are also time spans. Just notice there are also time
They
stamp.
made this shit in
This is
2 seconds, bro. What is this? What is this?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel Qureshi. Thank you, Wing Commander Singh. I just have a few points to make in closing. First of all, as you have seen, Pakistani claims about activities that they have undertaken continue to be heavy on lies, misinformation, and propaganda. And on top of that, this is peddled by Pakistani state
No, they're
agencies.
not. They're not declaring. They're not declaring war, chat.
That they have made about attacking and destroying various places, various military installations and facilities, as has been pointed out by my colleagues here this morning, are completely false. The claim about the Air Force station in Sirsa being destroyed, completely false, as you've seen. The claim about the Air Force station in Suratgarh being destroyed, completely false again, as you have seen. There's a claim that has been made that the S-400 base at Adampur was destroyed, completely false, once again. Claims have been made about large sections of Indian critical infrastructure, power systems, cyber systems, etc., being attacked and destroyed, completely false. I would urge all of you and all those who watch this not to be misled by this tissue of lies that is being peddled by the Pakistani state for obvious purposes. The second point that I wanted to emphasize is that Pakistan continues with its execrable and wanton campaign of targeting civilians and civilian infrastructure, especially in the states of Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab. There is also on its part a consistent attempt to sow discord between communities in India. As I said, there has been a particular focus in its targeting of civilian infrastructure and the population in Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab. Earlier this morning, Pakistan shelled the town of Rajouri, killing the additional District Development Commissioner, Sri Rajkumar Thappa, adding to the civilian casualties and the damage in that state. We have also observed overnight damage to property and injuries to civilians in Firozpur and Jalandhar, among other places. Finally, as I said, Pakistani officials also continue to make ludicrous claims about India firing missiles towards Sri Amritsar Sahib. As I said, these lame attempts to divide India are doomed to failure. We have also seen in some of the remarks that have been shown on television that the Pakistani army spokesman seems to take great joy at the fact that the Indian public should criticize the government of India with regard to various issues. It may be a surprise to Pakistan to see citizens criticizing their own government. That is the hallmark of an open and functioning democracy. Pakistan's unfamiliarity with that, again, should not be surprising. And finally, there is this yet again completely ludicrous claim that Indian missiles have hit Afghanistan. Totally frivolous allegation, and I only want to point out that Afghan people don't need to be reminded about which country it is that has on multiple occasions in just the last 1.5 years targeted civilian populations and civilian infrastructure in Afghanistan. Ladies and gentlemen, as you would have gathered from this morning's briefing, we are dealing with an evolving situation. Accordingly, today we don't have the time to take questions, but we will continue to update you on this situation as we go along. Thank you all very much for joining us this morning.
This didn't give a shit. That was good. So good. No question. Just trust me, bro. This is not instilling confidence. That sounded like real-time de-escalation. No, I agree. You can tell by the subtext of what they're getting at, this looks like they're de-escalating. The no questions was actually hilarious. It was de-escalatory rhetoric. Yeah, they're basically saying Pakistan isn't shit. They're basically saying, yeah, I was expecting a declaration of war. We didn't get anything close to that. Yeah, this seems like de-escalatory rhetoric. Let's see. Please don't ban him. He'd think we're all pro-Pakistan. Yeah, dude. I've criticized Pakistan on this stream 8,000 times. I don't know what if I can't get through to, yeah, they're saying Pakistan isn't doing shit and they don't have reason for war now. That's what I'm saying. It feels like it is de-escalatory rhetoric, which is good. It's good. They didn't declare formally yet. They're not going to declare war. Unfortunately, this doesn't matter. Modi press conference when. Do you think they're downplaying damages by Pakistan? If Pakistan didn't do shit, I would expect them to act more brazen. They're lying. They're absolutely lying on a good chunk of it. They're not telling the truth. But the reason they're not telling the truth is if the truth got out, then you've already seen what India was like. If it turns out Pakistan did a decent amount of damage, then guess what? Everyone's gonna be bloodthirsty. Pakistan says India bombed civilians, then how come top terrorists were blown? You guys have one shared brain cell? Oh, well, Pakistan says India bombed civilians. Are terrorist civilians? Like, do you have like one brain cell that you share that you pass around every single time? No, yeah, we do, but it's not Arun's normal time. We have two hardcore. Two hardcore was in here at some point. Okay, well, that didn't help. That didn't help all that much, but it does look like India wants to de-escalate. Which is good.